Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janai, and if you're new here, I make weekly videos. I did take a few days off, a few weeks off, about 2 weeks off, and I feel kind of nervous coming back on here, talking to everybody, sharing my life. So, today's video is going to be about mental health. I was diagnosed with bipolar depression as well as anxiety back in July. And that was a really tough thing for me to hear and go through, but I have learned a lot of coping mechanisms and ways that I can de-stress and feel good about myself. I have my notes, so I'm going to be looking up and down at the camera. When I started this channel, I was starting it just to share my life, just to open myself up, be a little bit more fearless, and just share my life with everybody. And with doing and sharing my life with everyone, I've decided to set positive intentions every day. And what I mean by positive intentions is just to live a little bit more mindful of other people, of myself, and living in the moment instead of worrying about everything, the past, the future, what I am expecting, what I want. I really have to learn how to focus and be more mindful of being in the moment. So setting positive intentions for myself is one big thing that I want to accomplish for 2020. Another de-stressor for me is going to talk therapy. Not everybody can go to talk therapy, but I do suggest phoning a friend or a family member when you are in need of speaking to somebody or you want to get your mind off of whatever is triggering you. I definitely recommend speaking to someone because that's what makes me feel better. And when you start a different conversation, you kind of forget what you were even upset about. And a lot of the times I black out when I get upset or if something bothers me. And it's the worst feeling in the world. And then you feel really alone and like there's nobody there for you. But I guarantee if you phone a friend or if you have a therapist and you can call them and talk to somebody, I think that that's one of the best ways to de-stress and get out of whatever situation you're feeling. Having my planner and being able to look and see what I have planned for the week and setting it up with weekly intentions. I even made stickers to make it a little bit more fun and personable. So yeah, and one thing I love about this Create and Cultivate planner is that you have your vision board, which I showed you in a previous video, in my last video, but yeah, you have a vision board, and I look at this pretty much daily just so that I can see what I'm wanting to accomplish for the year. And YouTube is one of the things I want to accomplish in growing my brand and myself and just being a lot more fearless and comfortable with the camera. Know your triggers, because when you know what upsets you, it's kind of easier to kind of take a step back and think to yourself like, well, this is a trigger for me, I need to get out of this situation, instead of putting your body through the fight or flight situation and feeling. You kind of already know, okay, this is my trigger and I want to take a step back and really get comfortable in myself and get comfortable with whatever situation you're in. One thing for me is being in crowds and being out in crowds for too long, or in certain situations. I have really bad social anxiety. So that's one thing. When I feel like the anxiety is starting to weigh in on me, I will excuse myself from whatever situation or leave. And that's one thing my therapist has taught me. You don't have to stay in all situations that make you feel uncomfortable. Working out and creating roadmaps is something that I've decided that I want to do for 2020 as well. When you are bipolar or in this situation, for me, when I don't know where my life, what path my life is going on, so I like to create roadmaps on what I want to accomplish, and that's something that I'm going to start doing each month, creating a map for what I want to accomplish for the month, and working towards that and succeeding and getting my mind off of a lot of things. I like to wake up early, and I'm starting to find different hobbies that get me out of that get me creating and being creative. And that's one thing that I thrive in, because I went to art school and I studied art for so long, and it's something that I'm so passionate about. I was a makeup artist. There's so many things in the creative field that I feel like I can share my talent. I just get so nervous about it, but I'm really starting to look at different hobbies and what makes me happy. And yeah, creating a calm down kit really helps. That was a recommendation that my therapist gave to me, and I really like that, because you put your favorite products or your favorite items that make you feel good in a little box or in a little container, and when you feel like you're being triggered or anything like that, you can create that calm down kit, and when you pull it out and you're feeling anxious or you're feeling anxiety, you can just work on it. It could be a puzzle, it could be a coloring book, it could be anything in your calm down kit that just soothes you and makes you feel good. My heater is gonna go off, and I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm sitting in a different area of my room. So there are two mood apps that I am currently using. One is called eMood, and the other one is called MoodPath. You're gonna see them on the screen. And I really like those because you can put how you're feeling for the day, what medications you're currently taking, and it's just a little nice it's just a nice little reminder to also track how you're feeling, and then you can go back and see on those days what was really triggering you. Another thing that my therapist recommended was to sit back, and there's a little thing that you can do where it's touch, see, and hear, and it's 5 things that you can hear, 5 things you can touch, and 5 things that you can see in your space, and to be more mindful and be more in that moment and kind of calm yourself down on your own. So those are the few things that I do to kind of help de-stress and be more mindful. I think my next video is I'm going to really sit down and share with you my struggle and my story with my bipolar disorder. If that's something that you would want to see, please give this video a thumbs up. And until my next video, I'll be seeing you guys. Bye!